Hey guys, it's Omi, and today I'm not doing a video on dyeing your hair. So what am I doing a video about? We'll find out. So this isn't a video about dyeing your hair. It's actually about prepping your workspace before dyeing your hair at home. Now, the funny thing is, a lot of my friends, they live in RVs or tiny homes, or even a few friends, like younger friends, they live in small dorms or college, like tiny apartments basically. And all of them run into some of the same problems when trying to dye their hair. It's messy, they don't have enough workspace, and this is how I do it in my very, very small bathroom. Now, if I zoom out a little bit, it's pretty obvious. All I have for work area is a sink, pretty much. So that's kind of a hard area to dye your hair, especially this style. Even the bottle style gets a little messy sometimes. What I've done, though, and I'm pretty proud of it. It's probably not even something to be proud of. I'm sure other people have thought of this too. But I've lined the entire area, not just with little plastic bags in case dye falls down on it, but I've also lined it with one big trash can, or trash bag. So the cool thing is, when I'm done making my mess, because you're gonna make a mess when you dye your hair, you just open the trash bag, and you turn it inside out, and you capture all of that stuff, all that mess, the paper towels that you used to wipe up stains, or something you wiped your face with. You just put it all inside because you reverse the bag and put it all in there. Now, with the little cheap bags, what happens is they're cheap. If dye falls on them, as soon as you get the chance, if not immediately, you grab the bag and you actually replace it with another bag. That way, the dye, if it's strong enough, like I'm using a pigment dye from Sally's, it's going to eventually eat right through that bag. So you'll want to replace it just so you don't, hurt that brand new white sink your father-in-law bought you. So the other thing is, it's not in the video right now, but I have some stuff to the side. I have more cheap plastic bags. I've got cleaner on the floor. Yes, I am in my dye t-shirt right now and my bare feet. But I've got my cleaner, I've got some alcohol to clean up certain surfaces, and I've got my cheap conditioner. You all know what that's for if you dye your hair at home. But if anything happens, I grab one of these bags and I put it here, and I'll actually put one over the sink so I don't stain that as well. Some of these pigment dyes like teal and purple will actually stain this stuff, and it takes weeks of my scrubbing to get it off. Now, this is a pretty small space to be dyeing your hair, especially if you're a messy person and you're not perfect like myself. But the other thing is, I'm lucky enough to have this little ledge, and it's very similar to what a lot of people have in their RVs and, smaller apartments. What I've done is I've taken my jewelry off, took my contacts out. I don't have any barrettes. So if I need to pin my hair in certain places, I went and found some plastic coated paper clips. Hopefully that'll work. I always keep a couple little rubber bands because my bangs are a little flighty. I have the dye instructions, not that anybody reads those anymore, and they should. And I got my gloves down here. Now, all this should be what I need to dye my hair. I've done it a couple times this way before. The other thing for myself that's new, and I'm telling you now, is I put my phone up here. Why? Because even though I'm gonna have gloves on, I might be lucky enough to take the gloves off. If I'm not, what I can do, and this works on Android and iPhone, is I can say, "Hey Siri, set a timer for 45 minutes. And we're waiting.
Okay, your timer is set for 45 minutes.
Thank you. And now I have my timer for how long I should process my hair dye. I got my jewelry safely tucked away. Got my gloves, and I should be ready to go. Now, there's a million hair dyeing videos of the process. You've seen people put pigment dye in a bowl, stir it up, use some intensity or intensifier, put it in their hair. So you guys don't want to see that stuff. But this hopefully helps y'all. I know there's a lot of people who are trying to downsize, or maybe even they just had a remodel. Anyway, there's not a lot of space to dye their hair in their bathroom, or they are just really tidy and they don't want to mess things up. It's really sad to say that it's taken 18-ish years to actually think of a good way to protect my surfaces, because I've been dyeing my hair for about that long. But hopefully this helps somebody out there who didn't know what to do. Now, if you have any suggestions or any comments, let me know in the comments of this video. The one thing I do want to add, yes, right now the floor does not have any protection. That will change. I'm also going to put one of those trash bags down there before I start dyeing. It's just it would have made a lot of noise during the video. But yep, hope you guys like this, and this is what my hair currently looks like. So hopefully it looks better in the next video.